Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, welcome back to a high level best of 5 from the KSL SummerSlam round of 8. Today we have hero here in the bottom left taking on Cure in the top right as a red Terran player. And as always, Cure is opening up with what seems to me like a pretty standard Reaper first opener, which is the build that he plays the vast majority of the time. It's not just that he plays it like 6 out of 10 games. No, we're really looking at like 9 out of 10 or 95 out of 100, something like that. It's quite a bit. He loves this build. He loves the scouting it gives. He loves everything. At least that's what I assume. I haven't actually asked him. But if I were to be a Terran and I were to think about, hey, what are the advantages of this build? And I would think scouting, pretty decent eco, the ability to still have some aggression. And it's possible that Cure just really likes this build because he likes the way that the Reaper looks. It's technically a possibility. Like, oh, the Reaper is nice. It's completely possible. But I think there are different reasons as to why Cure likes this build. And probably close to the ones I've mentioned before. Although the Reaper, let's face it, it does look really nice. I think it looks beautiful as it's booming around the map with its jetpack, of course. Adept into Blink. There's a Stalker behind this as well. It's going to remain semi-hidden for now, as this Adept will need to start pissing off at some point in the near future. So you have the three Marine plus Hellion squad coming in. Hellion always deals a fair amount of damage. And it's not quite gonna kill this Adept. It's gonna be pretty close. I think if the Reaper would have joined in, might have actually been a kill there. But Reaper instead is gonna jump in towards the main base. The moment you see the third unit being a Stalker, I think that feels weird already. And you probably want to try and get a little bit of a scout in. See if we can get a kill here. Doesn't quite get it, but almost gets it. Does see a lot of other things. So saw the added gateway up here, as well as the blink. Has Cure scouted the front yet? No, not quite. So what the Hellion here is going to do is going to check if there's a third base at all. And if there's not, might try and poke in towards the natural wall to see if there's something there. Doesn't want to lose this car though, because this car is very valuable. It basically gives him the information as to when the Nexus will go down. And that is a huge thing. This is a double mine drop moving out right now versus a 4-gate blink. That means that the second tank is going to be delayed. Okay, gets the full-on confirmation here. This is the 100% confirmation that hero gets. Oh, I'm not sure if that got scouted. I think he barely might have missed that. Oh, wow. So if this medevac were to just fly in, there's nothing to stop it. That means that the mines can go into 2 different bases right now. So we can go into base number 1. I don't like dropping both in the exact same base. Bad on burrow and one of them as well. This one's just going to run around for a bit. Should go for the reburrow. There we go. It's going to reburrow. Shoot unburrow once more. Oh. What? That was really sloppy control here out of Cure. Could have denied mining there for much longer. That would have been great. Overall Stalker count is at 11. It's gonna probably blink forward here on this bunker. Repair doesn't get used until like half a second in or so. Very slow response. Adept in the back with the shade comes in clean. Double tanks now sieging up. Another blink forward coming out of hero. This wall is vulnerable, of course, and this is something that hero definitely is going to try and abuse. Blinks further into the corner. This tank is now planning on sieging up. 8 SCVs have gone down already. Don't forget, these mines are still there as well. Cure's just not using them at all for some reason. Tank on the high ground still helping out. No auto turrets being used either. Hello, can we get this freaking medevac to do something? Like, what is this? Mate. I understand you're busy defending, but the entire point of multitasking is that you do multiple things at the same time. It's like now he's gonna use it, but yeah, it's pretty obvious as to what is gonna go on. Please? There we go. Should have been using it, and should have been using it a while ago as well. I think he missed an entire round of shots. That would have helped so much in denying your opponent's follow-up attack to have this much power. Tank is now sieging up. I think these depots aren't actually helping very much at all. This tank is way too far forward. Just gonna get blinked up on. Yeah, I should stay on the high. This is ridiculous. This has been some really poor defense coming out of Cure. Cure also not picking up the second mine here. He's now trying to chase with a bunch of SCVs, a bunch of Marines. One tank is about to pop out. Is there stim? No, there's no stim. There are 3 barracks that are trying to do something. I really do believe that just sitting back, like kind of with this high ground, just lifting for a bit, might just be it. And just trying to focus on getting some damage with these mines. Once you get 2 tanks, like that is in 30 seconds, or that would have been in 30 seconds. You can always go back into, you know, into your big boy shoes and trying to mine from the natural. But until then, just chill over here, kids. It's gonna be a blink forward. There we go. There's too many stalkers at this point. I think this might just be it. I think this might actually just be game. Blink forward did lose a couple of stalkers, but it's not going to matter very much, as that tank is also going to get sniped here on the high ground. And that means that game number 1 is going to end. This was not it. This really was not it out of Cure. GG gets called. Hero indeed takes game number 1. Look, I think Cure is a genius player, but that was... I think that mechanically just was lacking there in that last game. And also, I keep seeing Cure make these depot walls, but I don't entirely understand what the real purpose is, except just giving a free target for the stalkers. Like, you feel way more inclined to try and defend these depots than if there are no depots there. And the bunker is dying instantly anyway. Like, it's actually harder to repair most of the time because, you know, these depots need to be up for them to have any use. It might be nice against certain DT builds, but yeah, I don't know. It seems odd to me. I'm not a huge fan of it personally. Cure obviously thought about it and decided that it's worth it. The reason why he probably believes it's worth it is because, so imagine you have a depot, a depot, bunker, depot, and your tank is back here. In order to kill that tank, you can't walk in, snipe the tank, and then move away. You always will need to blink in. That is a fact in order to kill the tank. So every attack that the Protoss will do is going to be much more committed than than if that depot wall wasn't there. However, at the same time, if your tank is a little bit further back, you know, in order to try and stay safe, it might not be capable of straight up covering that depot wall. If you can't cover the depot wall, then you need to move your tank further forward and thus actually exposing your tank more. So I feel like sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not so useful. On top of that, it's harder to repair the bunker. So yeah, I'm not super feeling it at times. I love that little poke here towards the bottom. It's like, hey, do you have a pylon there on the bottom side, or where's your second pylon? No, it could have been proxied otherwise, but this is a really common location. So I do appreciate that. Probe's gonna go back in. It's gonna try and perhaps harass this command center a little bit. We have once again a factory coming out as the warp gate starts here for Hero. Just kind of moving around for now. Just kind of moving around. That's gonna get a kill, maybe? No, of course not. That's the one thing you should know, is that Reapers don't die against the depths. That's a myth. Ooh. Robotics facility first. This is typical Hero as well. Grassvan, a good map technically for a 4-gate blink. Just after winning with 4-gate blink. And then he switches it up because he's not... You don't know what this guy's gonna do. That's the entire point. His probe might be in trouble. No. The Reaper pathing is going to, you know, make sure that probe will get home correctly. As the second gate now gets produced, this SCV needs to pop into the bunker. So far a fairly standard game with normal interactions. Ooh. Very nice play. Is he gonna get that? Oh, yeah. Reaper gets Adept gets the glory here, but really it's the probe that did that. Oh my god, that was sick. Did pull out of gas as well immediately after. That was real nice. Beautiful little move there, just blocking the Reaper from going in, and with the Adept and taking out that Reaper. I mean, Reaper still got the scout, just got no kills, so... Yeah, we have a Prism on the way. It's going to be 2-gate. There will be 3 Adepts and a Stalker. And then 2 more units probably will get warped in. I want to say that might be Stalkers as well. Not sure if you want to keep these at home or what the plan's going to be there. Twilight Council behind all of this. These Adepts are probably... No. I was thinking, can they finish against 5 Marine, 1 Hellion? Pretty sure the answer there is a big fat no. See what his Prism is up to. It's just gonna go in maybe with these Adepts, see if they can deal a little bit of damage. A double car run by? That's something you don't see every day. A couple of these now being taken out. There's going to be the second unit that dies. There's still 2 stalkers at home. 3 stalkers at home. These cars pop in. Are they being controlled? Yes, they are being controlled. Most definitely. It's going to be 2 kills immediately. Make that 3 kills for 2 cars. I mean, it's not great. It's not awful either. It's just a trade. At the same time, we have 3 adepts that kill 2 SCVs, except they haven't died yet. So that is definitely quite nice. Follow-up here is going to be real simple as well. It's going to be Charge and Templar Archives. I think we're actually looking at a 2 base all-in here. Most definitely are looking at a 2 base all-in here. Look how late these extra barracks are being added. 5 minutes into the game. That is not a standard timing. Viking coming out as well right now. The second tank has finished. I feel like Cure might actually have been misreading this. I'm actually pretty sure that Cure has been misreading this. This hero is having a good old time over here. Flying in with his observer. Trying to get some info. Prism is just going to get pushed back now. And that means that I think that's going to be the end of this little harassment phase. No? Something got recalled. Oh, it was actually the Prism. I was afraid of being locked into the corner. At the same time, this Marine Force with the medevac is going to try to go in, but actually gets the snipe. That is ridiculous. Come on, Cure. You know that was not okay. That move was not okay. I think Cure's aware of that. You know, he did that and he was embarrassed that he went for it, but it worked out. Oh my god, that was sick. Observer is gonna see that this Viking is coming in. Well, I hope that Cure is spotting that observer. Because if you can scan an observer like that, that's a very high tier move. At the same time, these medevac with the Marines still looking for some damage as well. 30C on the way. I mean, this stim is just finishing in like 5 hours from now, let's face it. Third base gonna be thrown down here. 46 workers. There's 8 gates out already. As the stalkers are looking for something. They're gonna find something. Like, Cure is just real meticulous when it comes to the scouting. Like, he knows what the timing on the third base. He knows there's no need at all right now for him to move out. And I think hero needs to rebuild that prism and has rebuilt that prism. Now, this is a very interesting build. The kind of the 2-base storm attacks. Why is that? It's because there's 2 things that happen. Either the Terran is going to attack you. And if the Terran attacks you, then you have Storm defensively, which is great. If the Terran doesn't attack you, you can use the Storm as a Storm drop. However, if it all gets scouted, it is often very obvious as to what is going on. And this did get scouted. So just look at the setup over here. We have a Viking on the bottom side. We have a turret up here. And now what's happening is that hero is just down like 10 workers. There's a Ghost Academy on the way already. Like, the eco really sucks. This is a massive, really just a massive investment here into that 2-base play. And so far, it hasn't worked out. And I'm not seeing a way in which this is going to work out either. That is the real banger. That is actually the real banger. So this Raven is just being spotted by this observer. Zealot Run-by is being set up as this Mine Drop is looking for something too. It's honestly just going to get spotted by these Zealots, so... Despite looking for something, I don't think they're quite gonna find it. This thing's just idling over here. This thing's idling up here. Here comes the mine drop. One on top of the ramp. Ooh, or on top of the cliff. You almost never see that anymore. That's a lovely move. That is such a lovely... Look at this. Poof! 2 worker kills. Here I was like, what happened over here? What happened over here? And the thing that happened over there is that you got your probes killed, mate. You're now very well aware of the actual worker count as well. It's like, hey, I don't think I'm gonna go and get a 3rd base quite yet. Maybe I want to wait a little bit longer until I have my ghost out. He needs to be real careful because this is kind of the timing. Yeah, he actually was starting to unsiege. He's like, maybe we do the unsiege a little bit later from now. Come back in like 5 minutes or so. Wants to go for another mine drop in here, and it's gonna deal a little bit of damage. There we go, 4 worker kills. I mean, this is just... You can't attack into 2-base with this. Hero is aware of that. I'm aware of that. Cure is aware of it. You guys should be aware of that as well right now. I think this is an okay timing to try and start taking a forward base. Yeah, most definitely. Templar are being moved forward. And of course, the goal here is going to be with one of these Templars to get as many feedbacks as possible, basically. Cool. Well, That didn't entirely work out. He's getting EMP straight on the face. No story for you. No real interactions yet, but it's tense, you know? This is the Cold War between hero and Cure over here. You know things could pop off at any moment, but so far they haven't quite yet. He's just kind of posturing around. So you have... oh, this is the 6 marine drop from earlier. I forgot that thing existed. I think Cure might have forgotten it existed as well. So probably gonna try and go in towards the main after seeing this. I think dropping here is ridiculous, but okay. He's gonna drop here. I really do believe that to be ridiculous, but whatever. Okay, takes out that battery. We'll take out one Templar, maybe? Yeah, I would right-click that Templar if I were you, but okay. Not gonna get that Templar. At the same time, Cure finds an angle to move out with. That's cool. That's real cool. And I wonder if he wants to continue pressing the issue here. He's going to be up an upgrade. I hope there is an armory. Yes, there is an armory. There's going to be 2 eBays as well. This honestly looks all very good. Can we get some mines in there? Oh yeah, we definitely can. Burrow? No. No need. No need. He believes he can just keep moving. It is very scary, of course, to... If you're not entirely sure what's kicking off, if your mines aren't burrowed pre-fight, then your mines are practically worthless. Ooh, there's disruptors coming out. That means that these mines can't be as clumped up right now. On top of that, Storm can also clear mines quickly. So 4 mines have already gone down at this point. We get 2 big EMPs, triggering those shields on the Immortals. Big EMP there on the rest of the Templars. There's legit no Storm because of that good Zealot flank. Storm comes in from the bottom as well. This is probably the best engagement that that hero could have hoped for. But I still think that Cure just has too much stuff over here. Yeah, 160 supply against 75. That usually isn't a great exchange. So we have one more Storm hitting. I think Cure really got kind of caught off guard with this fight. But Hero's early game was so poor that it doesn't even really matter. So we legit just wasted 11 minutes and 39 seconds for... Oh yeah, we go back for this. What the hell? This guy sat here the entire game to, at the end of the game, interference matrix, a prism, and a probe. I never seen this. Look at this. No shot. You think that? I don't even think that was an accident. I think he was just doing a little bit of trolling over here. 100% a little bit of trolling. What a guy. God, I love this. Oh, yeah, hero and Cure. I mean, the game is still extremely over. GG gets called. Cure ties up the series 1-1 and we'll be heading into our 3rd game. After interference matrixing and probe, what else is there to do than just open up with another Reaper first 1 gas expand for Cure? Of course he is. You have hero actually starting with a Zealot. I was hoping it was going to get cancelled, because this feels fairly bad as an opener. Actually, really poor in a way. Oh, he managed to hide the Zealot, though. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Look at this. Zealot's going to be stuck in the main base for the next 3 years. It's not a Reaper is coming. Oh, he barely gets to escape. I mean... By the time that the Zealot arrives on the other side of the map, there's going to be like 2 tanks and a Cyclone now. Like the first Banshee will have popped. Stim will be done. There will be a BC out. Like the 3rd will land. Like this Zealot is gonna hit so freaking late. You might as well just put it on the gold base or something as a spotter at this point. You know it's not gonna do anything no more. Like it's gonna walk into a bunker here. It's gonna... The CC is done already. This is completely useless. I appreciate the effort, but Cure's looking at this like, thanks for the information that I'm ahead right now. I wasn't aware that I was ahead, but now I am, and that's real kind of you. So these 2 adepts are moving out still as well, and they're gonna be annoying, but these adepts would have been annoying without the Zealot. They probably would have been more annoying without the Zealot in a way. Oh, Reaper actually kind of semi got caught there on the map. This SCV maybe in a bit of trouble. Is going to move in towards this thing. Zealot will start hitting the wall. As now it's on Cure to start microing this well. And if there's one thing we can trust Cure on, it's microing this well. Like, he's doing a good job at that. Dealing a lot of damage. Only took 2 shots on that one Marine. If the Reaper would have gone for a run by, that would have been huge, but it also wasn't entirely necessary. It's 4 units pre-warp gate coming out of hero. So that's a lot of units. His tech is all going to be quite late. Oh! Almost lost an adept there. That would have been super bad, actually. It's a double Hellion build once more. These are the builds that I'm not super familiar with. I mean, it worked last game, so, you know. What do you know? What do you know? Oh, this Reaper coming in clutch. Look at this. Oh my god. He's gonna get 2. He's gonna get 2. No, he's gonna get 1. But this Zella is also gonna get killed, which is kind of big. Marines now moving across the map. I think this is a bad call. I don't think these Marines want to be on the map right now, buddy. I think these Marines I don't think these Hellions want to be in this thing either. I think it's going to be a Marine drop. Yeah. Heal them up a bit. Go out with 8. Oh, actually, is that so great? Ooh, we have a gold here being taken for hero. Ooh. That's kind of sexy. That is actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie about that. That actually is pretty cool. Three more gateways on the way. This drop heading to the main base. This, I mean, Cure's control here is brilliant, isn't it? It's gonna take out this second adept as well. Loses the one Hellion now, though. Well, not quite as brilliant as I was hoping, but does get some distraction in, and I think that's what he's waiting for. I think Cure is misreading this game right now. Cure probably believes he's being 4 gate blinked, but in reality he's being 4 base blinked. Because there's a 4th base going down right now. 5 minutes, 15 seconds into the game. Can we get the recall? I think we should be capable of getting that. Hello? There we go. Scan on the main. If that scan would have been on the natural, that would have been freaking huge. The scan wasn't there, so... I wonder if Cure is thinking about any of this at all. Is he considering what is happening? Templar Archives? This is super greedy, by the way. Like, crazy greed. So a standard timing for people to hit is kind of like 6:30, 6:45. There's not going to be any units here at all for hero. Like, hero is super dead. If there were to be a fight right now. Well, there's not going to be a fight right now, but imagine there was, you know? 2 more gateways are being thrown down as... Yeah, a lot of them are being proxied as well. I'm not entirely sure about that project, but... I mean, I can kind of dig it. Raven is now moving out the gate. It's gonna get that info. Oh no, it finds a blind spot as well here. And there is there's a battery there. Locks them in. Adios, Mr. Cobb. Not today. Bam, bam, bam. So this does get spotted, and that means that Cure now has a lot of information that is quite useful. At the same time, has this already paid off is the question. I don't think so. It pays off pretty quickly though, gold bases. Problem is you'll need to, you know, ferry the units out of there, somehow get them to a place of safety. So that's always quite difficult. And this 4th base also needs to start, you know, probing up a bit. As hero is very keen on taking map control right now, and there's a good reason for that. There's no recall available. This 8 Marine drop is moving in, and it's probably going to be capable of dealing a whole lot of damage. Raven's coming back, maybe just to the main army. And right now, hero also has no vision, so he doesn't know if he needs to defend this 4th base. Well, probably needed to defend the freaking main base first. That would have been a nice priority, but that didn't quite happen. Now this army is moving out over here. It's going to take an aggressive position here with those tanks. Well, we get a recall to the left side. It's a bit of a weird move, honestly. Storms are available. Mines. Storms actually hitting in a pretty fat way over there. But I still don't think it's going to be enough, as hero is going to get this base denied. And I think hero also is going to get this game denied, because he's 46 supply. Cure gets the W. That's the risk of getting 4 bases at the 5-minute mark, is that you die. Congratulations to Cure for taking the 2nd map. We'll be heading into game number 4. Now, to me, the funny thing here is that, in my mind, Cure should have won game number 1. if he had made some better decisions, if he would have multitasked a bit better with that mine drop as well. So I'm, you know, mentally, this game is already over. I wonder if Cure thinks the same, and it just stops playing. You know, it's like actually, I won this series already, so I don't have to do anything anymore. Usually, it's not quite how it works in StarCraft 2. The amount of theoretical victories that I have is very, very large. Let me tell you that. Theoretically, I'm up 5-0 in my last series versus Serral. I haven't lost a series versus Serral in the past 3 years, theoretically. Sadly, theoretical victories don't really count for anything. It would have helped me a lot in my career. I can tell you that for sure, but it doesn't quite work like that. So Kier still gonna need to pick up that final game over here if he wants to do something. He's gonna once again come in clean with that Reaper, as we have a adept opener here from our good friend hero. Adept into Twilight. Yikes. Hate to see it as a fan of the Stargate. Yeah, I really am a fan of the Stargate. You know, I'm the House of Stargate, as the Harry Potter fans would call it. It is the best house, you know. It's where the most fun is. We get the scout very early on in the game. We can build phoenixes and oracles. But the Twilight Council these days, literally all you see is freaking Blink, right? Like there's not that much like diversity coming out of the Twilight Council. The Twilight Council used to be, you know, its strength was its diversity. But now its strength is the fact that 4-gate Blink is very powerful, which is not quite as interesting. With a Stargate, you can build 1 oracle, you can build 2. I've seen people build 3 oracle, sometimes phoenixes as well. I've even occasionally seen someone utilize the Void Ray as a unit, or the Tempest and the Carrier. Like everything in the Stargate is just it's beautiful and it works. You know, that's important. It just works. Here, all we're getting is these lame Blink build orders. Ugh. Stalkers, Adepts. I want to see this crap. You can see flying units pick up SCVs at high pace. Not this, whatever the heck this might be. It's going to be a single mine drop. This is literally the safest build order that one can play. This is like putting on a helmet when you're going driving and you're not a Formula 1 driver. This is how safe this is. Cure also always puts on a helmet when he goes into the car. You know, he does a brake check every single time before like legitimately how usually people check planes before they take off for a flight. That is what Cure does when he gets into a car. He'll make sure the engine still works. He's saying, oil change, every single thing. It takes like an hour and a half for him to go to the grocery store by car. Even though the grocery store is only a 5-minute walk, it's still like taking the car. You feel safer in there as well. All facts. This is not, none of this is made up. Please be aware of that. But this is all fact. All information disclosed in this cast is factual. This mine is going to Budo and it's actually gonna get a hit with woohoo! That's 3. Yeah, that's not bad. So if you have a player that would be afraid of something, they would leave Stalkers at home. Because there could be a second mine in here. You don't know as a Protoss player whether it's 1 mine or 2 mine. So you're forced into leaving Stalkers at home. And I was kind of hoping that hero was just going to give him the finger and say, actually, I don't give a crap what's in there. I'm going to move across the map with all my Stalkers and have a good time. That's not the case. It was a 3-gate opener, but with fast extra gases as well. So once again, hero coming in clean with a Templar Archives rush. There's going to be a 3rd base with this at some point, but it is still a pretty... Oh, what? What was this? Why did he do that? It's like if I fly over these Stalkers at very high speed, they might not realize. He made the noise as well. To make sure they're aware of how fast he's going. Oh, they won't try to touch me if I'm going at this speed. Like, what the heck was that? Why would he do that? If you wanted to get it home, you could just go through the side. If you wanted to use it for a scout, you probably should have checked if there were Stalkers around. Like, you have quite some vision range. That is so odd. And did get the scout off that this was a Templar Archives though, which is actually kind of big. Now scans? I think he might not have seen that this was a Templar Archives. I think he might not have seen that this was a Templar Archives. There is a trick for that, by the way. So, if you imagine your cure, if you press Alt plus G, you get this thing. And you can accurately see the circle around the thing. So, buildings have different circles. And then here you know that it's going to be a Twilight or a Templar Archives. These are the only buildings with this particular circle. I think the forest still looks a little bit different. So in that case, because there's already a Twilight, you know it's going to be a Templar Archives. This is a little bit of a scouting trick. If you have scouted a building, but you don't quite... It's hard to see the size sometimes through the fog of war. And yeah, like I said, Alt-G allows you to see that building. Actually really cool. Oh! That also was really cool. It's gonna kill this thing though. That's less cool. Combat shield not quite done yet. I think this army might be too small. Oh. What? I feel like if all the units were just downstairs. What was that storm? He really hated that piece of... that patch of ground. Is there no storm on there? No shot. This position is still pretty fortified in a way. We have the double medevac drop now heading out. There's a bunch of marauders and marines just walking into their death. That is actually kind of bad. That was quite a few units. Well, it ends up being only 2 units being lost. Raven could come in clean here with another auto turret. There's plenty of energy on it at least. So that's nice. Here comes the Raven indeed. Is there a battery here? There's not, so that's going to be 1-2 kills. Hero is such a ballsy guy, isn't he? Just starts moving out with 4 stalkers instantly. He's like, sure, I'm being attacked in 4 different sides at the same time, but perhaps, you know, I can also harass you with my stalkers. Like, what is this going to be? There's a Templar in here? I have no clue what this move out is, but I love it. At the same time, Cure just dealing a lot of damage is probably just... It's a cute move there with your move out, but I'm killing your third. You might want to pay some attention there. And he probably does want to pay some attention there. That would actually be kind of wise. These 2 medevacs as well moving towards the left side are going to... Well, this position is getting pretty weak, honestly. It really does need to be reinforced. This hero is now just fully sending it. That seems confused, if you ask me. There's legitimately nothing in the main base. Hero's being sieged up here, and it's just kind of giving up on defending as a concept. He's like, eh, defending is fun, but you know, it's also fun is moving your entire army across the map. Just uses a warp in. It means it doesn't have a recall. So this base is toast. This is now a base trade. This is officially a base trade. There are 4 mines here, which really need to set up. Oh, big hit on 2 of them, but do get to, you know, still shoot. 3 of the 4 still get to shoot. This is a full-on base trade. These depots need to be raised. They need to be raised now. They need to be raised 5 seconds ago. They should be raised at this moment. We should probably not be fighting down into here, but I don't really think it's going to matter very much. Hero attacking into a Terran usually isn't quite it, unless that Terran rallies right to their own top of their ramp. What? What? Hello? Stay upstairs, please. Okay, Mind's helping out. This orbital command perhaps in a bit of trouble. Main base almost got secured there by a Colossus. I'm sorry, I kind of missed that. Is there concussive shells here? Yes, there is. Tanks now unsieging. They move on those tanks. That is beautiful. There's a lot of workers are going down in the dying seconds here. Cure, no response at all. Oh, he didn't care. Wanted to clear that Colossus, but the Colossus gets the pickup. Cure now is 3 orbital commands. Good production against someone that is also on 3 bases, but doesn't have the mules. And I think all that Cure needs to do at this point is not die. As long as Cure does not die, he's going to be in a great spot. He's going to fly across the map with that double mine drop, which is interesting because I feel like that would give a little bit of extra safety, but at the same time, maybe he just wants to deal some damage. It's also allowed, of course. And you can do multiple things at the same time often. This is a powerful push though. It's going to be 2 Colossus. There is no thermal lance. There's going to be a bunch of Templar as well over here. I'm surprised how little cash there is currently for Cure. I guess these mules had just landed, but we have no production out of 2 of these barracks. We now have a ghost on the way. We have more marauders coming in as well. This mine drop is about to die too. Oh, there's actually no main base. I thought there was a third base. Cure sees this and is like, wait. No, what? I was gonna say Cure is gonna see this and wait, like I'm gonna build some bunkers. Cure shouldn't see this and think to himself, maybe another mine drop. It's like, my opponent doesn't have a main. What? No, come on. It still should be fine, but without mines, zealots are actually pretty good. If there's mines here, these zealots are all useless. Don't forget, Colossus don't have thermal lancer. Oh, never mind. This is just going to be an easy win. Easy W here for Cure. Gets the EMPs off. Dances in the Storms maybe a little bit too long. Dances in the Storms maybe a little bit too long again, but this double mine drop should still get a lot of kills over here. So now 1 medevac gets taken out, 2 medevacs get taken out. hero doing a pretty decent job. Mines get 9 kills. That makes this even more all-in than it already was. Don't forget, Colossus does not have thermal lands. However, Zealot's moving forward. There's no mines to deal with them. As Cure is just pushing this back. 60 army supply to 35, and this Colossus does not get killed again. Gets to continue fighting here for a little bit longer, and actually still should die. Well, there goes the hero. Down the drain. This is good control. Holy crap. That was really good control. Cure still has more army supply, but he's 16 kills on this Colossus. I mean, he's lost mining in his natural. It is 18 workers to 14. I thought that this game was completely over. These mines are still going ham. Here comes the drop on top? Like, what? Why would he do that? In what world was dropping on top of this the ideal play? Well, let me just lose all my DPS at the start of the fight to slowly have it start trickling in. He wasn't mining fast, but he could have mined these 2 patches, maybe even dropped this thing over here. Could have gone for a base trade. There's like 17 things he could have done. His opponent legit had no mining. This guy was poor. Oh my god. Oh, series all tied up. This is 4-0 right now in favor of Cure. This hero is not quite sure what he was scouting for. It's some odd probe movement. This probe is going to go for a little bit of damage. That's what he wants. Damage. Gonna try and kill some of these SCVs, or at least damage them a little bit. I wonder if we're gonna see a Stargate coming out, or if it's just going to be straight up Twilight once more. I really think that just getting a Stargate, a cheeky little mixing of that Stargate. This also confuses the Terran player. You know, in general, the Terran brain just doesn't work as well as the superior Protoss brain. Of course, we are all very well aware of that. Gets out. Gets a block for a little bit longer. That's very frustrating. This Marine is now out. It's going to be Marine into Reactor. Cure has done this before. Is when in the kind of the final series, or the final game in a series, he'll just end up doing something like this. Rather than going for his trusty Reaper, he plays the Marine instead. Nexus on the natural goes down. And we have a Warp Gate, and with a Warp Gate usually comes the Twilight Council. So I'd be surprised to see something else there. eBay? What? It's a planetary rush. This thing's gonna float to the other side of the map. I don't know what this is. This is legitimately the fastest eBay that I've seen in a professional game. Now, I myself have in the past thrown down eBays at a faster pace. I can tell you that. I've built them quicker, guys. I was first. All right. I definitely was first. There's a +1 here is on the way. This Adept is now popping in. Oh! This is ooh, look at that. The hidden move here. Freaking Cure right now. He's flying, mate. Is he gonna get this? Yeah, hero always gets the long end of the shtick. Gets a single kill there, gets the piss off as well. Guess the CS Scout saw a lot of SCVs. It's pretty clear that this is 3 racks, or at least some type of single gas build order. I think hero is going to be well aware of that as well. Because hero is kind of a genius. Oh, he also has a fast sentry out. He's just gonna scout. What an absolute gangster this guy is. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Beautiful stuff here, my friend. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely loving that. We have a factory. This is a very odd build order. I have never witnessed something quite like this. But yeah, I really haven't. So it's going to be a 2-1-1 with a fast +1. I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels strange. Incorrect. What about hero's gonna play? Is he gonna play 2-base Storm again? I'm gonna try some of this 2-base Storm stuff as well, that's for sure. It seems to really spark joy. It's a good time. It's just a good old time, you know? Forge coming down? Okay, this is some deranged behavior by both of them. This really is... I just have no clue what this crap is. Usually I'm quite familiar with most build orders, but this I just haven't seen before. He's playing Blink into Forge into Robo Bay. The other dude is playing eBay into second barracks, into Factory, into another barracks, into a delayed starport. It's like, we're getting a bunch of stuff thrown at us here that I'm not used to. I'm a guy that likes understanding what's kicking off, but here, I'm not so sure. Usually though, the theory dictates that if someone opens up with a heavy barracks play, so whether that's 2 before Factory or 3 before Factory, usually a robotics bay is a very good tool to deal with that. Because majority of the time, or well, not just a majority, legitimately always, there's going to be a lot of Marines initially coming out of these extra barracks, because you don't have the gas for Marauders yet. So your first Colossus is going to be super impactful. Well, if you're playing Charge Stalker, for example, there's going to be so many Marines that sometimes it's hard to actually fight properly, because Marines have a lot of damage output. So, yeah, I really like the call here on the Colossus. I think that's a good call. I think that was also a kind of a reaction to the scouting, whatever the heck this garbage is. We have a fast armory coming out. So armory goes down before the 3rd CC, which is also kind of rare. And we're going to see the move out coming in now. It's going to be with 5 Marauders, I think. Yep, 5 Marauders, concussive on the way still. As a little bit of a supply block gets hit here. Yeah, we'll get unsupply blocked in a couple of seconds, but still painful. Still quite painful indeed. 3rd CC on the high ground. Now, I wonder if Cure believes that that prism was real that got sent in earlier. That was a hallucination. It's a good trick, actually. It's just showing that prism and then putting it in a corner, making your opponent believe that you still have it, and then be overly safe. Actually, would have liked that. I think it took a bit too much damage, though, so maybe Cure already had figured it out. +2 now on the way for Cure. He starts moving out across the map. There's a lot of sentries here, and that Colossus is... It ain't joking around, you know? It really ain't. We're gonna have more mines in production. Next to Medevacs as well coming out. As Barracks 4 and 5 are starting right about now. Stalker's looking for something. Are they gonna find it? Gotta get 1 kill, that's something. And also you get a poke as to where the army is located, you know. Probe is moving out on the map for now. Seeing if they can get some info. As a probe down here managed to actually occupy that tower. That's pretty big. That is pretty big. Probe here on the bottom side as well. 2 drops get picked up to go towards the far right and probably try to head in towards the main. There's a cannon battery combination already in position. Very low gateway count coming out of hero. Hero is becoming quite aggressive here on the map. Wants to pick up some of these units. This feels real risky. Like is this enough? I guess it is. Just gonna go in and try and get a W here maybe? That seems like a weird type of play to make. The extra gateways are not quite done yet. That's 4 gates right now. There's a lot of sentry energy available. The double drop is now starting to head in. This fort base should get cancelled instantly. Maybe you want to go in towards the main base instead. As these units are going to get caught by some decent force fields. And we now have a recall coming in. That means that this will need to be pushed back. Fort base now will get cancelled. That's going to be your next target, of course. Yep. Stalker's gonna die as well. A lot of Stalkers are blinking down here. This fort base should still be toast. Mines, well, gonna get a couple of kills. Wonder if he can actually pick up and boost out. Yes, he can. This was okay for Cure still. This was actually, like, it wasn't great, but it was playable. +2 about to finish up for Cure as well. And now the question is going to be, the next push, how do you defend that? Because it's obvious there's another push coming his way. There's 2 mines still at the fort base. This is going to be real important here. This is an absolute key moment. A mine gets triggered. $59 workers to 62. This fort base is almost bait, you know? Oh, baby! That's 3 Stalkers with 1 mine shot. That's kind of big. Kind of huge. Kind of huge indeed. Ooh, +3 on the way already here for Cure. If he holds this, he's in a really nice spot economically. I think we're lacking the Ghost Academy right now, though. He's scanning. He's like, wait. Do you know where I am? Are you aware of what my position is currently? And Hero has no clue. He's just having a good time here with his disruptors. You poking forward. It's no fort base quite yet. The no Ghost Academy is really messing with my head though. Like, I understand the importance of upgrades, but I also understand the importance of removing half of your opponent's shields. Or, well, removing half of your opponent's HP by taking away all the shields instantly. This mine has been placed somewhere else as another cannon gets built. Just kind of leapfrogging these cannons forward. There's no mines here on the top side. This is an uncomfortable position to fight in. It really is. Gonna snipe, well, nothing. Thought he was gonna snipe one of these disruptors. Didn't quite get it though. Can't really chase down a ramp. It sounds ridiculous. Fighting a Stalker Colossus army without Ghost is actually quite hard. Like, it's not easy at all. Vikings are doing a pretty good job so far though. Took out 1 Colossus already. But now have largely died. 140 supply to 154. And the Cure, I think, is a little bit over-eager here to fight. I mean, it is +2 versus 2-1. His upgrades are not that much better. And he simply doesn't have a Ghost Academy. And without Ghost, you're not going to get any fun. Nope. No Ghost, no fun. As Hero's just going to walk through, take the W here, and sets himself up for a spot in the round of 4 in the KSL SummerSlam. As this was our first series in the round of 8. The other series will be coming online over the next few days. I hope you all did enjoy this. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and bye bye.